It was almost 800 years ago when I foresaw the Flame Seeker Prophecies. You have ascended and awakened the gift of true sight that lay dormant within you. The moment has finally come. You are the chosen I have been waiting for. While you've been in the desert, the rest of the world has changed. Let me show you.
So this is the Temple of the Unseen again, if you remember.
As you know, those who you once called friends have become enemies. Their souls are darkened by a deep secret. The unseen gods they speak of are nothing more than a terrible and fearful race of spellcasters known as the Mersat. As I have foreseen, the Mersat will meet their demise at the hands of the Chosen. Their stranglehold on the lands of Kryta and beyond will be broken.
So that was Confessor Dorian, you could see that.
For years, the Mersat and their human disciples have hunted down the Chosen, murdering them to prevent the prophecies from coming to pass. But you have slipped through their fingers, and your friends now pay the price. The one called Marcus betrays them as he betrayed you, and if you do not hurry to their aid, none will survive. Many have already been taken captive. Their souls will be reaped upon one of the 5 bloodstones, just as the Chosen you witnessed being slaughtered in the Maguma jungle. If this happens, no magic in this world or any other will bring them back. Of the future, this you must know. Your story does not end in the mountains. Your true destiny will lead you to the west, to the Ring of Fire. Seek the flame, for within it lies the power to destroy both good and evil. This portal will take you to the Shiver Peak Mountains. I know you have questions, but there are some things you must know, and others that you must discover upon your journey. Go now. Save your friends. They will not last through the night.
Wow, okay, so that's what she had to say to us. What did we just see? We saw both Avinia and Saija, unfortunately. Saija was there too, being captured by the White Mantle, who have found them in the Shiver Peak Mountains. So it looks like when they got betrayed by Marcus, they had nowhere safe to go. Ascalon, of course, is besieged by Char, and it's a long way away from Kryta. They nowhere was safe in the Maguma anymore. They'd been betrayed the location of the Henge of Denravi, and White Mantle obviously were everywhere in Kryta, so they went to the Shiver Peak Mountains, where both of the 2 remaining leaders have been captured. Confessor Dorian we saw there. He's the guy who we saw a few times before. He's obviously led everyone out there, and the biggest reveal, that their unseen gods are not gods at all. They are a terrible and fearful race of the Mersat. A terrible and fearful race known as the Mersat. So, Glint's helped us, as far as we can see. She's told us that our eventual destiny takes us to a place called the Ring of Fire. That she called the Flame Seeker Prophecies, and she just told us to seek the flames. So does that mean we are the Flame Seekers? Alright, okay, so let's go to the Shiver Peaks and restore what happened to the Shining Blade. Let's do it.
His name is Saul. This is his tale.
Saul's story. The rise of the White Mantle. His name is Saul. This is his tale. As Ascalon burned, the Char invaded the nation of Kryta. Their army marched through the far shiver peaks and fell upon Kryta like lions upon a kill. Already weakened and divided, the Krytans were easy prey. During Kryta's invasion, its potential saviour, Saul D'Alessio, stumbled through the jungle, waiting for death. A gambler, a cheat and a drunkard, Saul had been exiled to the wilderness for his many crimes, and he expected to die there. Instead of death, he found salvation at the hands of the Unseen Ones. The Unseen Ones were radiant beings, tall, thin and winged, both superior and kind to men. They healed Saul in body and in soul, giving him wisdom and understanding. Saul returned to Kryta reborn, a messenger of hope. Abandoned by their leaders, betrayed by their countrymen, hungry and worn, the people of Kryta flocked to Saul's banner and rallied to his cause. Saul and his followers saved desperate and defenseless Krytans from the Char, but there were too many invaders, and Saul's disciples were too few. Hope remained, but it was hope that required an ultimate sacrifice. Saul and his most dedicated followers devised a desperate plan. They knew the location of the Char's main encampment. If they could find the Char leaders and cut them down, the resulting confusion would give other Krytans the chance to rally, or to escape. Saul and his followers did not fool themselves. They were not heroes, and they knew they couldn't withstand the main Char invasion force. The best they could hope for was to trade their lives to give Kryta some precious time. Saul thought that their sacrifice would be a worthy death, if in dying they could save Kryta. In the name of their faith, they could do no less. Alright everyone, hi. We're in a bonus mission. It's called The Rise of the White Mantle, and it tells the story of how the White Mantle came to power in Kryta. We press M, we can see we're just north of Beetleton here. This is a part of what they called the bonus mission pack. It was a collection of about 4 extra missions that you could play if you spent a little bit. I can't remember how much it costs, but they are really good missions. They released these after the final expansion, after Eye of the North, and they are very fun to play, and you can just tell that they put a lot of love into them. So I wanted to do the bonus mission pack missions, but none of them really seemed to fit very well with the Let's Play to just do sort of straight away. But I didn't want to complete all of the stuff and then go into these, because then it kind of wouldn't match up. So I kind of sat down the other day and I thought, well, what's a good time to show this? And I figured after we learn that the unseen gods are called the Masar. So after Glint's lair seemed like a perfect time to do this. So in the bonus missions you roleplay as one of the other characters, and in this case, as you might have guessed, we are now Saul D'Alessio, even says in the party window, and we have some allies. We have Hablion, Dorian, Thomas, and then just some other random people, and you might recognise some of those names. Anyway, we're being thrown straight into the action here. We're at a small city called a small village called Dimitra. And there are loads of Char come in, and we have to kill them and stop them killing all of the children in the villages and stuff. So let's do it. Hablion's running at us. He says a Char scouting force is marching towards the village. They'll be here in any second. Protect the village. Slay every last Char. Okay, so it's quite a fun mission, as I've already said. I practiced it a little bit earlier, just so that I could remember what the skills were. You get completely different skills and attributes and stuff to represent what that character was doing at the time. So we're playing as, I think he's basically a monk, but he's a smiting monk, so he uses lots of the best smiting things. So pretty much we just have to charge through and kill the Char as we can, and you'll notice the music's really quite good here. I think, I don't know whether they made it specifically for the mission, but it is some good stuff. I think it's either that or it's Eye of the North stuff, I'm not sure. Anyway, So Saul says that the village is safe and no Char survived to alert the army of our presence. Our unseen gods are with us. Crusaders, Mother Kryta cries out in her hour of need. Those of you with families here, take some time to say goodbye. This person says, when this is all over, you and I need to get far away, someplace warm with good music and wine. If things get out of hand, run. I'd rather be wed to a living coward than a dead man. Daddy, don't go. So these knights that you can see forming up in a line here, bring me back a Char skin, were the guys who helped us defend the village. And everybody has to say goodbye, so let's have a quick talk around town. Don't worry, Mr. D'Alessio, my daddy will protect you. You aren't going to let the Char eat us, are you? No, of course not. Take care of my husband, we'll be waiting for your return. So this guy Brian, this is his family. He says that the white mantle reveals the true way to righteousness. I must walk that path. This child says that my father says you're going to save us. If he says so, it must be true. Mum always said I should have stayed in school. Maybe I'll go back once this is all over with. Save a few of those Char for me, will you? The women and children will be safe with us, so they're staying to protect. This guy sent his family to Lion's Arch. They should be safe there. Perhaps I should have gone to Lion's Arch with the others, but safety matters not. This is my home, and I will defend it to my last breath. I will stay here and protect the village. Don't be long. Just make sure you all come back in one piece. We'll keep the Char away. Those filthy beasts won't harm a single child. Gissinger, I believe in your teachers. Where you go, I will follow. Okay, so some of our party members are here. James is another one. Not party members, sorry, allies. Which means they're going to come with us in a minute. He says that, I hope when all of this is over, Rebecca and I can be content we did our part for Kryta's unfortunate. I do this for my family. My brother James and I will bring peace to the people of Kryta. Okay, well, I could talk to everyone, but that would just probably be boring. So these guys are three quite important people. The man on the left, there, Hablion, Dorian and Thomas. You may recognise some of their names. Hablion says that you have led us to the true faith. Kryta will never be the same again. So Hablion was the man who we first met as our character. Don't forget this is 2 years ago, when the searing happened. Hablion, we first met at the gates of Kryta. He helped us get in and we helped him take out some undead, and then the way to Lion's Arch was open for us. Saul says our time is at hand, we must make our move. Dorian, Hablion, Thomas, my most trusted followers. Should anything happen to me, you must carry on and lead Kryta in the true faith. The Char leaders are in the command camp at the rear of the Char army. We must sneak through the army encampments and avoid battle at all costs. We'll never survive if we alert the fighters. So this is a bit of another stealth mission. You'll notice it's night time again. And we have to sneak past the Char to assassinate the leaders. Anyway, as I was saying, Hablion, he was the person we saw killing the Chosen on the Bloodstone, and this is the guy that I spent about 20 minutes solid trying to kill. And we've killed him now. Thomas we haven't met yet, but we will meet him very soon in the plot. He's quite a big character in Eye of the North. In fact, he's one of the final bosses in one of the hardest dungeons of the game. Thomas, we will meet him soon enough. And of course Dorian, this is the leader of the White Mantle. Today, after Saul goes missing, this guy takes charge. We've seen him a few times. We helped him get the Scepter of Ore, and he's the one who sent everyone into the Shiver Peaks to take out the Shining Blade. So I'm hoping to get vengeance on him soon. Anyway, enough chat. Let's get going. The mission's quite fun. Like I just said, it's a bit of a stealth mission again. You can see that graphically it all looks a lot nicer here. There's been a lot of effort put in to make it look really good, really full, lots of visual stuff, interesting visual stuff to go on. So for every Char we kill, this Char alert level will go up a little bit. He said we'll have our fill of violence come morning. So the best way to complete this mission is to try and not get into any fights at all. Fortunately, there is if you take the right paths, you can see you could go either left or right here over this stone bridge. If you take the right paths, then you can be totally safe. There's a mini Char camp here, up here on the left, as you can see, some of their architecture. I don't think we've had a very good view of that yet, since we've only seen them in Ascalon. So yeah, I know the correct path. What you've got to do is you've got to follow these guys to the split here. He says the humans won't know what hit them. Kryta will burn to the ground. You see, now they're charging us. So I'm going to tell my friends to form up and advance, and we're going to run back away from them. Back to the bridge.